I brought props, by the way. You're going to like it. I'm going to summarize your question here, and you tell me if I'm picking up what you're putting down. You tell me if I'm in the zip code of your problem. Your problem is this. May, you are a rock star mediator. When it comes to two individuals or two entities having a problem, not being able to collaborate, communicate, and effectively and skillfully solve that problem on their own, they bring you in, May. They bring you in to solve the problem. Here's your problem that you have, though, as you go through sales training. You sell somebody, maybe it's me, and I'm frustrated with my employer, and I don't think my pay structure is competitive. I don't like the way they've set up my benefits package. And I'm like, May, I could really use your help in mediation with my employer, because the last thing I want to do is go to our competition. I've put 10 years into this company, okay? But the person on the other side, the HR department, maybe they're not on board. And so you're wondering, what do I do in those situations where one person is sold on working with me, but it requires multiple sales? May, does that summarize your problem? Am I in the zip code?
You're close to the zip code. My folks, what they do is they're usually employees that have quit or fired or whatever.
Okay.
They are not. They believe that they're owed some monies, like for overtime or whatever. Employer didn't pay it. So they come to me and they're like, hey, May, I need you to help me get my overtime pay. Mm-hmm. So I go over to the employer, and I ask them, and that's where there's kind of like a hold up. And it goes both ways. Sometimes the employer calls me as well. So that's when I kind of have a hard time trying to convince the employer that this is a good thing, because there's no attorneys involved yet. They have not filed a lawsuit yet. Mm-hmm. So let's try to figure this out now.
Got it. Okay. Told you I brought props. Are you ready to see your props?
Sure.
May, you're dealing with a monster right now, okay? As is just about everybody else on this call. If anybody else wants to say if you know who this monster is, you can say it out loud, okay? But this monster's very famous for Godzilla. This is the nemesis of Godzilla. May, you are dealing with King Ghidorah right now, okay? The rest of the people on this call, we have to deal. It's got 3 heads. We got to deal with King Ghidorah a lot, okay? So you have somebody that just got fired and doesn't feel that their separation was fair or whatever it was, right? They don't want to go to court. Okay? They need May to help them. But now you also have an HR department. You might also have, by the way, they're on board. Let's say HR is on board. Okay? Might not be. But then you also might have that person's direct superior person, or the CEO, or if it's a small business, the owner of the business going, I don't want to get into that mess. And HR is going, I don't want to get into that mess. And the employee's going, hey, I don't want to go to court. Okay? Why is this relevant to every single person on this call? I've worked for companies, remember one, this one still stings, $7 million with the Bank of America, $7 million deal, had it. Went to my CEO, jackpot, right? I'm 400% of plan for the year with one single deal. We got a $7 million with B of A. My CEO of the company shall be named nameless. Hopefully she's watching this. The company shall be named nameless. Hopefully they're watching this. My CEO said, oh, that's awesome and not so awesome at the same time, because, the last thing we want to do is start a relationship with Bank of America and not do a good job on that deal. Is there any way you can go back to North Carolina and ask them if they could table this for 6 months? Because I'd like to hire some more implementation specialists. Oftentimes in our career, we're dealing with a 3-headed monster. It's not as simple, or a 10-headed monster, or a 2-headed monster. It's not as simple as us just, one monster, close the customer. Yay, I'm not a monster anymore. I'm a Pikachu and I love you, right? Some of the times we close a deal and there's other people in that deal involved, other entities, as in May's case, the ex-employee wants mediation. The HR department does not. May has to do multiple sales. Some of the time, and some of y'all are like, oh my God, free therapy today. Some of the time you have to sell your deal twice, because you have to sell it once to the customer and you have to sell it once internally. Okay? Then you might have a 3rd head in there to where, oh yeah, internally we're going to do this. And now all of a sudden the people in fulfillment, the project managers that are supposed to work on your deal, they were never sold. And now they're delaying, and now you have a customer that's going to cancel. Sound familiar, guys? This is the world you live in. How, right? It does, right? So how do we fix this? May, how do we get rid of King Ghidorah? I'm going to show you how right now, okay? And you already know. It's just a matter of you implementing it. The same sales process that you use with that disgruntled employee, or the same sales process that we use with a customer. Hey, May, I've got an idea that I'd like to get your opinion on. Right? Hey, you reached out to us regarding mediation. What can I get you information on? Right? Well, I'm upset with my employer. Severance package wasn't good. Hey, if I'm a software company, our company, we don't have these R246 reports. Whatever the situation is, you guys know your sales process. You're reaching out and getting their attention. Or they're calling you and you're asking them what you can get them information on. You're figuring out what's most important to them. Okay? You're figuring out why that's important. You're monetizing it for them. Okay? Same thing, May. I just need you to do that exact same process when you call HR. Okay? What I'm guessing is happening right now is you have somebody that's on the precipice of going to court, and you're calling HR and you're saying, hey, I've got John Smith who's on the precipice of going to court, but we can do this through mediation, and my name's May. I just wanted to introduce myself, see if you guys want to do mediation with John, right? Oh, no, we don't. We're not doing that. We don't do that. You have to slow the process down and realize you have two sales, right? So when you call HR, just use your Easton University sales process. Hey, Pam in HR, this is May. I'm a mediator. I was engaged by John Smith, who previously worked for your company. I've got an idea that I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my direct line? Right? Hey, May, what's going on? So one of the things that we're seeing, and this is happening a lot, is a lot of companies are finding themselves in court, and it ends up costing a lot, even more in that settlement, and then the fees. I do know we've got at least one previous associate of your company, and I'm not trying to say anybody's right, anybody's wrong, that they feel that they want to go down that road. And I know the last thing that you guys probably want as an organization is to go down that road, and really that's what I specialize in. Does it make sense for me to chat with you guys a little bit about this particular scenario, let you know how we can help you avoid costs there, and then if anything, just make sure that you know I'm out here. This is what I do all day, every day, is keep companies out of court, keep the people on the other side happy, and make sure that at the end of the day, everybody kind of parts ways feeling good, right? You have to close them. We can't just say, I have the same way when I went to Bank of America with the Bank of America deal to my old employer, I was not skillful because it was a $7 million deal. So I let my emotions get the best of me, and I called my CEO and I said, blank, whatever her name is. Let's just say her name was Susie. It wasn't Susie. Susie, good news. I just closed 7 mil, baby. We're going to be dancing in the streets over at Acme. Oh, I should have been like, hey, Susie, it's Matt. You know, I'm just here at the airport in North Carolina. I got some interesting news that I'd love to get your opinion on. Hey, Matt, what's up? Hey, so yeah, Bank of America says they're ready to go with us with a $7 million project. You know, one of the things I realize that we're not best prepared for a deal that size, but in life, you know, you usually only get one chance at these big deals. And I know if we can't put our best foot forward, we're probably not going to get another opportunity with them, say, ever again. And I realize we're understaffed at this point. I'm willing to do whatever heavy lifting I can do. Does it make sense for us just to grab the reins on this B of A deal while we got it? Because we're probably not going to get another chance, right? If I had just sold her instead of saying, hey, we're doing this, if I used the same skills to sell the customer as I sold the CEO, she probably would have been, you know what, you're right, because I was. Because I tabled that thing for 6 months and we didn't get the business. Our competitor did. Okay? So deal was off for everybody. Should have explained that to her. Then what I should have done, because I was dealing with a King Ghidorah, three-headed monster, then I should have said, man, thank you so much, Susie, for being on board with this. What I'd like to do, you know, what I think would make the most sense next steps is I'd like to just have a conference call. Maybe you could be on that call to support me with our existing project manager team, and I could just let them know that we're really looking for everybody to kind of step in and pull their weight on this, and the expectation is that we're going to do a great job even though we're understaffed. Right? This is an opportunity for the company to take the next chapter. Yeah, that's a great idea, Matt. You know, if we could let them know, if we could rally the troops. I could have sold her the other way. But unfortunately, we all have these three-headed monsters, and we get really freaking lazy after, and I'm not calling you lazy, but we get really lazy after we sell the deal with the customer, and we forget in many instances, unless we're a solopreneur, we're gonna have to sell other people internally. Just use your same clothes. Does it make sense for us to bring this deal on board? No. Got it. What's a good next step? Well, we're just unable to fulfill that deal. Right? May, this would be a great one for you with mediation. Does it make sense for us to set up some mediation on this? Oh, no. Got it. What's a good next step? What do you mean? What's a good next step? I have a client that is not happy with the situation. What's a good next step? Well, I don't know. What's a good next step on my end? Right? Well, I mean, we don't want to be in court. Nor do I. That's why I'm reaching out to you guys. Does it make sense to set up mediation on this? Well, I guess it does, right? But if we just try and force it in there, they don't do it. You don't get your mediation deal. The other people on this call in the software space, their project management team's not on board. They don't deliver. Or the CEO is telling you to delay deals or sandbag. Not a good idea. And things blow up. Sometimes we've got to sell multiple parties in a deal. I hope that makes sense. So just you realize this, you're going to have 2, sometimes 3 sales, because that old customer may be on, that old employee may be on board. They want to get paid. Of course, they're on board, right? They feel wronged. You might get HR on board, but then there might be a third head on that monster that's going to be the owner of the company or their direct report at the time that's going to go, no way, don't way, we are done. Fired John a long time ago. I don't want to relive that. If you work in sales and you need to make twice as much money as you do right now to really enjoy your life, you've really only got 3 options. Option number 1, you can continue to work your butt off in the job you have right now, hoping for some sort of miracle to happen, where you start taking home double the money while doing things the exact same way you do them right now. That's pretty unlikely. Or option number 2, you can look for another job at a totally different company, hoping you're going to catch some sort of once-in-a-lifetime wave where sales just seem to flow your way. All right, again, highly unlikely, and we both know waves in sales, well, they don't last very long. Or option number 3, you can click the button here and get instant access to a simple, straightforward sales process that will help you take home twice as much money as you do right now while putting in far less effort than you do today. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, the most effective sales coaching system in the world. If you click the button, you're going to see how our interactive sales coaching portal and weekly live coaching sessions with me will help you double your income within 60 days. Easton University is more than an interactive sales coaching portal. It's more than being able to ask me questions in a live setting every single week. It's your future. And you and your future are worth it. Click the button. I will see you on the other side. Your life is about to get a lot better. Click through now.